Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck, and I'm going to do my July book haul part 2. So these are all the books I bought at other bookstores other than new ones. Well, some of the books are like remnants, or, you know, like remainers or whatever you call them when they're like left over from when they bought them. But most of them are used books. So I got some from Goodwill, some from a bookstore close by called Jan's Paperbacks that I took some books in and got credit there. So these ones weren't that expensive because I used credit, as well as I had to pay half, you know. Anyway. And then I have some books from Powell's. And again, most of these came from the Cedar Hills location, which is too close to me, really. Anyway, so we'll start. I'm going to go through these. I don't, you know, some of them I might not know a whole lot about. But again, I bought a lot of books this month, and I think this is another 15 or 16 books. Anyway, so the first one at Goodwill, I picked up Night and Day by Virginia Woolf. I'm trying to recollect some of these books. I think I had some of these in college. This is one I have not read. So I guess this is, I just read on the back that this is her second novel, and it follows a girl who, or woman who has two lover interests. She's not sure which one she wants to go with, and then her friend is part of the women's right movement, and I think it all kind of swirls together. I don't know a whole lot about it. I guess it's supposed to be kind of like in the tradition of Jane Austen. So anyway, I know that that was one of the ones I didn't own. I still have to read quite a few of them. I've only read two or three. So I have a lot more to go. I got Passing by Nella Larsen. This one is one I've seen on a lot of channels in the last year or two. And I had never heard about it because it was 1929. And it's a woman, there's two women who live, I think it's in, I think they're in New York City, but I'm not sure. But one of them embraces her African-American heritage, and that all her friends and family, you know, that's who they hang out with. And then another woman is passing, which means she's passing herself off as a white woman, because I think she's, I guess she can get away with it. So, and they're both, I guess they look pretty similar, I guess, or something. I don't know. Something about, you know, so there's one who's embracing her heritage and the other one not, lying about it or something. So I hear it's really good. I've never read anything by her, but I have heard about this book, so I did want to read that at some point. I also picked up Nefertiti, The Book of the Dead by Nick Drake. This is a mystery book. I'm hoping to read this for Reading Through the Ages. I've picked up so many books for that challenge, and I haven't read more than 2, and that's kind of sad. Anyway, so this is another one on the list that I picked up. This is for the Egypt pick. So it's something about Nefertiti, and there's some festival, and then she disappears, and there's a detective, Chep or something like that, who is the detective who's trying to find her and figure out what's going on. I don't know a lot else about it. It's a book I've had on my list since like January, and I found it at Goodwill. So anyway, that's pretty good. I also got Roses by Leah Meacham. Now, I've never read anything by her, and I cannot tell if this is the first book or they're related to the other big books that she has out, but this is the one where the woman makes her will out, and I know she does things that nobody realized she was going to do in her will. Is the first, I know, part of the first chapter. I read the first couple pages while I was in Goodwill to decide if I wanted to take this. So, and I know it has to do with another family that she and the patriarch of that one, they had a relationship when they were younger, and then things fell apart for some reason. I don't know. And then they split off, and now things are coming back together, and I'm not sure anything beyond that. It's epic. I mean, it's another 500 and it's over 600 pages. It's 600 pages. So anyway, I don't know. I don't know if it's good or not. I just got it for a good price, and I thought I'd give it a shot. So anyway, and then I got stuff at Jan's book paperbacks. I picked up a David Mitchell book, Black Swan Green. This one I don't know a whole lot about. Looks like it takes place in England in I'm doing a lot of old stuff here. So this is 1982. I can't remember what this one tracks a year in a 13-year-old boy's life, I guess, in this sleepy little village during the Cold War. I don't know. So I've read several of his books. I think I've read 3. And so I have like 3 or 4 or 5 more to go. And this was one of the ones I didn't actually own a copy of. So I think this one is one of the ones like I pulled out of the library to read and I never got to it. So I don't know. I don't know anything else about it. Sorry. I also picked up We the Drowned by Karsten Jensen. And I've seen this around on BookTube and Instagram just because the cover is pretty cool. And it takes place in Denmark, and there are inhabitants that sail the world from the mid-19th century to the end of the Second World War. So it's pretty epic. my theme of books overall. But I think it's like a generation of, I don't know. I've heard good things and bad things about this one, so I just said I didn't pay a whole lot for it, but I thought I would give it a shot. I didn't even know this one. It is translated. Oh, from the Danish. I did not know that. Okay. By Charlotte Barslund and with Emma Ryder. So, anyway, so if you guys have read this, let me know. I don't know. I just took a chance on it. Again, it's one of those ones where you see it over and over and you just buy it when you find it for cheap. And then I picked up a Europa edition of Cecilia by Linda Ferry. And this is about 2nd century Rome. And it's like the last of the 5 emperors that was considered good, I guess. Yeah. So anyway, so Cecilia is a young woman who is coming into her own, and she's trying to search things out and figure things out on her own in the time period where women are very restricted, especially in her class, I'm guessing. So I don't know what this is about. It just seemed really interesting, and I do like these Europa editions. I haven't read very many of them, but I keep buying them. Anyway, so we're going to try that. And then the last one I got was the first book in a fantasy series that I don't know anything about, but it is written by Anne Bishop, and this is The Pillars of the World. All I know about this, which isn't very much, is it was one of her earlier books. Yeah, because this is like 2001. And it had to do with witches and the fae, and that's about all I know. So if anybody's read this, let me know. As I said, I love the other series, and I do have this book and the start of 2 other series, what is the other one? The Black something. I don't remember. Black Jewels trilogy, or series, I guess. I have the first 3 books of that, and then I think I have Sebastian, I think is another series. I don't know where to start now, so tell me which one. So I got the first book of the next series, so I can try all of them. I might have to try a chapter on Anne Bishop. What do you guys think? And then I have another 8 books I've got over Pals over this month. I don't usually go to Pals more than once a month. It's just I try not to. But when I get stressed or depressed or something, like I admit my favorite thing is to go book shopping, and I will most likely go to Pals because it is close and they have a big selection, and I'm always looking for certain books, and I'm always hoping to find them there. So these are the books I picked up this month. So I picked up How to Find Love in a Bookshop by Veronica Henry, and I cannot for the life of me remember who talked about this. And it was a couple months ago because it came out not too long ago, I don't think. Well, maybe it was printed again. Maybe it was a reprint. But I got it from the library to try. Well, it's 2016. But I had to turn it back in before I got a chance to read it. So I didn't really try it. And I know it has to do with a woman who takes over her dad's bookshop after he passes away, and it's her dealing with that and all the loyal customers, and I'm thinking it's one of those. I have like 4 or 5 books about bookstores now, and I'm like going, I might have to do a month theme of bookshop books. Anyway, so this is another one. But it sounds good, and as I said, I don't know if it is good. It was on sale. There. I also got One Day in the Life of Ivan Denisovich by Alexander Henderson. I don't know. This is Russian. I've been looking for this. This has been on my wish list. I bought his diary format of his time in the, or not his diaries, but at least a book of nonfiction by him of when he was in the prison camps in Russia, and the gulags, you know. So this is supposed to be, this was like a banned book for them, and it was passed around from person to person, fiction wise. And I think he even, like, he won an award, but he had to not acknowledge it. I think it was this one. I don't remember. I'm trying to remember, but I've had this on my wish list for quite a long time, and I'm hoping to read the nonfiction part of this, or, you know, of his story for Nonfiction November, and then I want to pick up this one probably soon afterwards. I'm hoping I'm going to love the other book. But I did buy this because, again, it's an unforgettable portrait of the world of Stalin's forced work camps, and it talks about the inmate and his struggles during all that. So as I said, I've been wanting to read that for a while, and so I got a copy. It makes me happy when I find stuff like that. After I finished The Hunchback of Notre Dame by Victor Hugo, I decided I wanted to find another book. I just realized, I don't know if I have, I forgot to say the translator on this one was H.T. Willits. Sorry, from the Russian. This is another translated novel. So this is Victor Hugo. After I finished Notre Dame de Paris, I wanted to read another book. And The Last Day of the Condemned Man, I think, is his first book. Yeah, I think it's one of his first books. And it talks about a man on the day, his last day. And this copy I got was really, really, you know, it was like $5. But it has marks in it, so oh well. But it was a small book, and I just picked it up anyway. This one is translated from the French by Arabelle Ward. So anyway, I thought I'd try more by Victor Hugo before I attempt Les Mis. I do want to read that book. It just intimidates me, so we'll try something smaller. And then I got, I don't know if you call this, I don't know if it's considered science fiction, fantasy. I don't know if this one is really classified under, but Blackfish City by Sam J. Miller. I know it's been on some award things, but it has to do, somebody comes to a floating city in the Arctic, and it has something to do with climate change, and it has to do, the city meets her, and she's like riding an orca and has a polar bear at her beck and call. I don't know anything about this, but she and some other people are resistant for something. I'm not even sure, but it sounded interesting. I thought it was good enough to try it. I don't know. I just start picking up books. Anyway, I picked up Hum If You Don't Know the Words by Bianca Marias. I don't know how you say that. Sorry, my brain isn't connecting. Anyway, this is a South African novel. I think this is during apartheid, and I think it follows a girl, and then I don't know. I don't know. I think it's because her new book's come out that I got the storylines all messed up. I actually don't know. I just know a lot of people have liked this. So if you like this, let me know, because I mean, I'm interested in it. Right now I can't think of, I know that there's someone, I don't know. I actually don't know. I have no idea. Anyway, I hear it's good. Who knows? And then I got is this another translated? It's from the French. Is Balzac and the Little Chinese Seamstress by Dao Siji? I don't know. And this one I saw, I know where I got this. When I did the Choose the Year book tag where you chose a year and then you talked about all the books that came out that year, and I chose the year 2000, and this one came out and it was on like the top list, within at least the top 100. So I wanted to try it, and this has to do with it says 2 boys are exiled to a remote mountain village for re-education during China's infamous Cultural Revolution. They meet the daughter of the local tailor and discover a lot of Western literature in Chinese, in Chinese translation. So I think it has to do with that. I don't know anything else. I just remember this, like, knowing about this book and then forgetting about it for all these years later. Because at the time I worked at Walden Books. Anyway, so picked that one up. I also picked up Regeneration by Pat Barker. And this is the first book in her, I don't know, the Regeneration trilogy. So this is about World War I. And I don't read enough stuff about World War I. And I mean, again, I think World War II, everybody writes about, I don't know why, a lot. Or there's a lot of books out on it. So I like to pick up something different. So I decided to give Pat Barker a try. I've not, read anything from her, but it has to do with a British officer. I think it's near the end of the war on this one. I'm not sure. I don't have a clue. But a friend of mine on in real life and on Goodreads had read it, and I looked at his thing and thought, oh hey, I'll read that. I don't know. And then the last book is a book I've been looking for probably for 2 years. I've been wanting to read this for Nonfiction November for the last 2 years. I think it was the first time I'd heard about it, and I finally found a copy, and I'm so excited. And that is The Suspicions of Mr. Witcher, or The Murder of the Road Hill House by Kate Summerscale. So this was like a Victorian, 1860, somebody dies, and Witcher from Scotland Yard comes in, and he thinks he knows who does it, but he can't prove it, or he can't do anything about it, and it's only years later, I think, that we find out that he was right or something. I'm not positive. I just hear this is really good, and I'm not sure if this is one I want to do on audio. I don't remember. I can't remember if other people said that was good or not. So anyway, but this is definitely one I want to pick up pretty soon, or for Nonfiction November, because I've been looking for this, and I am trying to read more true crime stuff. So this was one I definitely wanted to pick up. And then one from the 1860s sounds really cool, so I want to take part in that. So that's all the books in the second part of my book haul. Yes, I don't know a whole lot about them. It's a book haul. I don't know. So if you know anything that you think I should know, or any of these books you think I should pick up sooner rather than later, because I have a tendency to put stuff on my bookshelf and wait a few months to years to get to them because I buy too many, let me know if there's something you think I should read earlier than that. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.